Okay, guys, we're doing this again. I am DrSharnael Wolverton Sehon with Swiftfire, and we have the delight of having Robert Tennyson Stevens here with us this morning, afternoon-ish. Let me get him on here, and we will get this started. We're going to talk a lot about some conscious language things, some body language things, and I know you guys are going to learn a lot. And this is a real treat for you this Friday afternoon. Hey, we're doing this again. Sorry for the technical issues. Are you guys getting any kind of feedback here? Any? All right, good. Hey, all right, let's see. Robert, are you here? Hi. Also, so you know, I have giveaways. So if you guys can follow down here and see what's going on with the giveaways, all you got to do is like follow and tag and share and all of those things that are listed here below. And I'm gonna give away some quantum books. This is the first time that I've given this away. I love quantum physics, and I have these 3 books here. Okay, Robert, add by Anna Capps. I don't know if you guys have ever read this. Really good book. It's just a really quick read, but it's packed with really cool things. So I'm going to give 3 of these away and drawing. So you guys just follow the things down there below for a chance to win those things. And meanwhile, Robert's popping on here. I see he's connecting. Yay! All right. Technology.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Thanks for sticking
Yep.
with me. I think it
Yes.
was the green juice. I'm pretty sure it was the green juice.
I think it's the
Yeah.
mountain water is what I'm thinking.
So
That's good.
don't you love technology when I can be in lower LA? And he
LA.
is in North Carolina right now, but we are going to come to you live to share some things with you regarding conscious language, body language, and some cool opportunities for you to jump in the game and be a part of these miracle type things that are happening. We have some great events, and Robert and I have done several events together, and he just came back from Austin. He's on tour to do a lot of different places right now, including Fairhope and Oklahoma. And I will be there in Oklahoma via Skype, and we'll see. Maybe I'll even be there in Alabama too. But we're going to talk about it. Can you share a little bit about what your vision is for some of these events and how people can get in? I have some links here below to give more information of what they're all about. But I'd love to share, for you to share a little bit your heart on why anyone would even want to come to these things. What's the benefit of all this?
Wow. I have almost what I just woke up. I saw a movie the other day, just last night, and I went, and I was thinking about you, our thing today, and I'm going, speaking aligned statements is essential right now. I mean, absolutely essential. So being aware of conscious language is great. Going from I want to I choose, I have, I claim, something like that. And I mean, that's important. And I've been doing this for 51 years and all that kind of stuff. But right now, we require, and I'm acquiring what we require by singing in the choir of our desire, whatever it is, individuals who make a difference, who know who they are, or choose to know who they are, and begin to voice our choice. So, like your story, which I choose to get recorded and share with the planet, of being able to cast certain things out of your body when your terrain was prepared. I call that alignment. And I just woke up the other day saying that's really what this next decade or 10 years is about for me is, I mean, I work with so many people, like in Young Living, so to speak. All these people got the CDs that Vaughn and I did and all that other stuff. And I started doing coaching with them, little 15-minute jobs, 10-minute jobs. Nobody knew conscious language. They were aware of how to say it right. And I mean, some people, it made a difference. But what I'm partnering with you with right now, DrSharnael, and everybody who's listening to this, is it's time for our hearts to speak powerfully and
Yes.
aligned and resurrect all this illusion, all this crap going on. I'm in the middle of completing a book on how to reverse old patterns into new patterns. The word disease is over. It's over because it's dis-ease, and it's time. I mean, I am so passionate about this, and this just happened last night. I mean, I've been
Yes.
passionate all my life, you know that. But now I'm going, all right, align statements, align statements, align statements, align statements, and times a billion times more. And dogs who are aligned right now, I love that sound. So for me, and our partnership and all the other people I've got partnerships with on our planet and all the people you have, the 85 billion people who are connected to you in all your different groups, that kind of stuff. It's time. And I'm going, well, what can I do to do that? I know one thing, we just got back from Austin. And with my Spencer Boldajak is on tour pretty soon. Taylor will be with us, Moorfield. We have a really awesome team, music, musicians, live music, creating, outcome mapping, all that kind of stuff. And most people have heard about conscious language, they've maybe read a book, and yet it's time for people to have a deep experience. That's what I bring to the table. So for me, I'm going, all right, what was the difference between you with all your training, DrSharnael, and then finding out you had some health stuff going on? We vote your victory, it's over. Thank you very much. You're fully healthy. And you're doing everything right, everything right, everything right. I'm going like this, everything right. I was walking, oh, good, Bob, everything, all right. You're doing everything right, and you're doing everything right. That was more accurate. And then, you know, a little bit, I saw something in your eyes, and by the way, I have to record this because I try to go, sure, like if you knew what I was doing, all that kind of stuff. And yet alignment is where our, Zephaniah 3:9 says, I will return to you pure speech. And where when you call upon the name of I am, the Lord, and it shall be done unto, and it shall be done unto you. Decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you. Same kind of deal. So what I'm realizing is I believe what I'm sponsored in, what's my mission, an aspect of it big time now, is to help people feel the meaning in each word they say. And I believe that's what we can help each other do. So here you've got all this training with me. You've done a whole bunch of work. And then I'm choosing to explore this right now out loud with everybody that's on this thing because, I mean, I've got a brand new game. You know, it's called Voice Your Choice. And that's the fastest way I know to have people get over the right wrong of language and speak their heart. And it's in the 3-hour video that instructs people how to do it live. I'm doing it live with people. And I'm going, all right, right now, learning that language is important is one thing. But being in an atmosphere or with a person, a mentor, a group, a commitment where the individual speaks with feeling. So, and and there she made the ascension. All right. No, just kidding. So, and DrSharnael will be back in a minute because she's doing the dog dance. I happen to know it well when I'm at my daughter's home. And DrSharnael had done a whole bunch of stuff with me. I mean, the really important stuff had gone through transformation, had done relationship upgrades, had, you know, found her beloved, all this kind of stuff. And there comes a point in time when it's really, and were you able to hear or no?
Yes.
Were you able to hear? Okay, got it. So what I'm choosing to do is go back to your story if we can. And is that okay if we talk about your story?
Heck yeah.
About your, okay. So, but heck yeah. All right. So for me, I'm going, you know, you had done a lot of trainings with me, yes, at that point in that bioopticalography class. And you were doing how many months of everything right nutrition?
Let's see, that was August, April, like 4 or 5 months.
All right. So that's kind of what I notice in my world is let the weak man say, I am strong. Got it? When in the little decree book, it says, when we can feel the meaning in each word deeply enough, we will have instantaneous manifestation. So when I asked you to reverse the pattern you had, that you were healing and doing all this stuff for, which is, you know, something that's not wonderful. And I said, asked you, do you have can you share a little about that? And also your feeling at the time, because obviously I didn't buy into your feeling.
Thank God. I love that. You don't submit to my illusions. At the time, I didn't even really, wasn't super excited about even leaving home to go to this event because of all of the scheduled tools that I have here at my house and at my home, and through the 4 different doctors that I was using for different things, as well as, you know, Raindrop and nutrition and keto and essential oils and supplements and Rife machines and all the things to support the body. And when I came to the class, it was about bio-optic holography. And Bob had put different people's eyes up on a screen for us to see our eyes, because we were learning how to look into each other's eyes to detect and kind of help people reverse some things. And, or I should say, identify and reverse some things. Well, when he looked into my eye, he actually saw 4 death wishes. And you know, we had been studying the books, so I knew what that looked like, but I was shocked, and I was shocked to see it in my own eye. And when he said that, I, you know, I think you asked me, Bob, when did you decide to die, or when did you?
When is it you didn't
Yes.
want to be here anymore?
And I was a little bit, you know, shocked or whatever, because at the time I had even stepped away from my job to make healing my new job. So literally hours a day to go to this doctor, that doctor, this doctor, do the things at home. You know, it was a full-time job for me to, you know, to do all these things. And not that it was a bad investment. I'm just saying it was a lot of time. It was a lot of money. And it was a good investment, obviously, to be on the planet. And, but when he said, you know, when he made that statement or asked me that question, in my mind, I'm thinking, he wouldn't possibly think that I thought that, or that I didn't want to be here, if I had not put all this money and time into my body already. So it's kind of like, you wouldn't say that if you knew what I was doing every day. Like, and the risk even I took in my mind to come out here to be away from those things during this time. Because, so anyway, I was like, you know, anyway, so it was a little bit like disarming to hear, no, cancel, clear, disarming. I still got my arms. So I it was just like, it took me back. And so when I asked for clarification on that, he came back and said, well, have you ever said things like, I'm so over this, I'm done, I just don't want to do this anymore, cancel, clear, all of those things? And I'm like, like freaking every day, all the time. And if I don't say it out loud, I'm thinking it, right? So cancel, not anymore. And basically, when your subconscious is a literal computer, and it's just like if I just wrote 3 chapters in a book and I accidentally hit the delete button and it was gone, and I was just like, my computer didn't go, oh my gosh, she's just having a bad day, she didn't even mean to hit that button, but it's gone anyway, and I had to start over. And so your subconscious is the same. It just takes what you say as your decree, because you are the decreer, running the show, calling the shots, speaking with words in frequency. And if feelings and your if feelings and your thoughts are also in union with those words, then there is the witness of that power and that multiplication and that cross pollination of frequency. And so it, you know, I was like, oh my gosh. And so he immediately, Bob came in and he said, I invite you to say, I can and I am. Because explain about the C word and what that means.
All right. So I'm going to use well, we can probably say it, but no matter what the appearance was, this word called cancer, and that was the appearance. And so I didn't go against any of that. I know that cancer, the word becomes flesh. Bang, the word becomes flesh. So if you can imagine on a cellular level of this instruction to the cell of I've got to and I can't. And so that, you know, like I've got to with a feeling of I can't do, have, be something. So what I've learned after all the people I worked with was cancer is I can't serve, really ultimately is where it goes. And I've learned that the reversal, simply put straight up, is I can and I am. So I invited you to say I
And this
can
is
and
the
I
part
am.
you love and make fun of me about, but that's okay.
No, I don't. No,
It's
I
the
love
truth.
your truth on this.
Nothing
So
but the
if
truth,
you
so
were,
help me God.
yep.
So he tells me, and we're in front of like 30 people, 40 people. And he says, and I'm in the front standing next to him. We're kind of on a break, recess. People are walking around, but they're also listening. And he said, I just want you to say, I just repeat after me, I can and I am. And I was like, I can and I am. And he says it again. And then he says, say it like you mean it. And I'm just like, kind of like, I can and I am, I can and I am. Like, this is going to work. And that's just what was going through my head. Kind of like when someone told me I could sniff an oil and I'd be all better. It was just like, you know, we don't, I had not understood the power of words to that point, really, 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 or the power of my creative abilities, because you are just as creative, by the way. We're all creative. And when I became, when I followed his guide by actually getting into it, he said, put your me into it. That's what I love when he says that. Put your me into it. Get mean about it. So I put all of my yes into believing and being alive, and I can and I am. 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 And I felt tears. Tears are coming out at this point. I am emotional for some reason. Like I could feel my energy shift in my body. And then I also felt discomfort in areas where there were supposedly situations happening. And so I had to excuse myself, and I went to the bathroom, and tumors came out of my body, like instantaneously. And we're talking about in a 4-minute, like, talking. And I looking in the bathroom. I don't want to be gross, but I'm like literally looking at my looking what's in there. And I'm like, no way did that just happen. No way is that what I think it is. That couldn't possibly be. I mean, I had never seen anything like that in my life. And it wasn't the normal one, number two kind of situation. And yeah. And so my mind was trying to come up with all these things of what that could be. And I couldn't, like make sense of this. And then I remember I had a magnifying glass in my hand, in my pocket. And there was a mirror in there, and I immediately like went over to the mirror, and I'm looking up my eye, because we were all looking at each other's eyes in the classroom, and we had this, and I'm like, look at my own self and in my eye, and where all those death wishes were in the past. Now there was like a little hook at the end of each of those dark blue spots. And I didn't know what that was. That wasn't even there 4 or 5 minutes ago. So I came out of the bathroom and I raced to go see Bob, and I go, first of all, you will not believe what just came out of me. And you made a funny poop joke that to lighten everything up, and just being honest. And then I said, and look at my eye, see what's going on in my eye, because it looks all different now. And he looked at my eye and he put it on the screen, and everybody could see those hooks and explain that.
So those are called shepherd staff or healing hook. And what I love is you got your terrain completely ready. Like my herbalist mentors who are all from Utah, so I believe now they're Mormon. I didn't know what that meant way back when I was 25, whatever, 21 to 25. And that's not my particular path, but the point is they would say, this is a paraphrase thing from their instruction. If a man is low in faith, feed him herbs. And I knew that was true. That's a true thing for me. And I used to believe that herbs would heal. Well, then I realized, well, no, if a person is low in faith, you give them herbs. And then, well, it's faith that heals. Scripture doesn't say that. Scripture says faith, which means we have it, without works, action, is death. Faith with action is life forever. And so when I asked you, the decree was an action. That was walking. That was decreeing. That was, in other words, that was faith with works. You had to have faith to do that. And I had enough faith to go, we're going to say this. I know exactly how to reverse it. I'm prompted. Let's do the deal. And I'm going, well, by your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. A man, a woman who offendeth not in word, the same as a perfect person and able to bridle the whole body. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God, and the Word becomes flesh. So you start to put all that, I put all that together, and I'm now going, and I have experienced complete upgrades and transformation of dis-ease, not disease, dis-ease into ease with the spoken word. And with the meaning, when we can feel the meaning in each word deeply enough, we have instantaneous manifestation. So I believe in all my experiences, you've heard most of them, because I share it as a truth, as a law, as a system, It is time for us to be awake. And then because you and I love the essential oils so much, Young Living essential oils, imagine partnering with the plant kingdom, the blood of the plant, which is the light through photosynthesis in the blood of the plant, all minerals, enzymes, etc. Imagine partnering with lifestyle changes and decrees, not just to get over disease, to restore heaven on earth, to have opulence, abundance, prosperity. So I'm now at this is my 51st year of sharing this stuff. It's time for full embodiment. It's time for complete
Yes.
alignment. So, yes. And I'm going, all right, I'm getting back on tour. Let's get together. Let's gather some people. And it's not just learning about what words can do. It's about jumping in and having miracles and miracles and miracles cascade in our world by our tongue, by our thought, word,
Yes,
and
and
feeling.
I have a couple surprises for you because I haven't even got to tell you, but I had some coaching calls with some people this week, just this week. I did a I am my divine partner uh, class membership, which happened because of you. And so all of that reward, and I love all the credit going to you and talked about you. Well, in my class, during my class, as I'm sharing my story, because that is a big shift for me also, that maybe we'll get into one day later. I literally had, I think it was like 16 people on the call live. And why I'm sharing about how my first love contacted me and all these things happened because of things that I did, and now we're married, by the way, my sweetheart, uh, a lady who hadn't heard from her person for however long literally got a proposal over text on my call, on my class. Like literally, she just sent something to him and said, hey,
Wow.
I know this is so random, but I'm in a class about love and divine partnership, and I just thought of you. And he responded and said, will you please be my wife? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, not heard from him in years, and it's like, are you kidding me? Okay, two more real quick, because this is from the tools that you taught me. Now I get to help people. I get to re-engineer my world. I get to completely engineer my world, create my world, co-mission with energy and life, and create my whole perfect miracle on a daily. But yeah, now too, whether it's teaching classes or whatever you guys do, you guys can shift your family, your kids, your friends. I mean, when you get these tools, it's amazing. I had one person from corporate who's going through some stuff and did a quick coaching call with her regarding a relationship. That person, while we were in the middle of the coaching session, actually got a text from that person saying, hey, let's chat. When they called and talked to each other within an hour later, the decree that I worked with her on to say, the lady actually said back to her in exact language, like in a response. To me, that's just like, are you serious? And one more, even this week, this lady hadn't heard from her dad, and I don't know how many long years. And we did imagination activation. We did some decrees. We did some things like you, real quick, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, not a long time, not 20 years, 30 years counseling, none of that BS. I love it, but I hate it. Cancel, right? So 15, 20 minutes of, I mean, from you thinking about New York and the Statue of Liberty to now you thinking about the Eiffel Tower. That's how fast you can change your energy. And so with a little bit of tweaks from someone on the outside, a little bit of coaching, a little bit of revelation, this woman who all of a sudden started doing decrees, and I said, now imagine your dad is calling you. What is he saying? And she replied and said, he's saying, I love you, this and that, da 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 da. She texted me 30 minutes later and said, you won't believe this, but my dad just called me and said everything that we talked about. Now, I have heard this. I know you, Bob, definitely have heard this. But this has happened by the thousands with people that I've worked with or people who have come to our meetings. Because when you jump in and you learn these simple things about how to create your entire life all over again in the best possible, highest way, and get your choices, get your miracles. You are the director. You're in the captain's chair. You guide your own way. and you guide how people are going to respond to you based on who you are, because you change from the inside out. When we change from the inside out, and we know that it's all an inside job, everything else lines up. Like you were talking, all that lining up happens, but we have to line up here first. And it's not that hard. And if it seems hard, it may be a little at the beginning, but only if you make it that way. And I love how Robert always says, always, I caught myself, choose to make it fun and easy, just make it fun and easy. And I hope you guys will tune in and jump in going to Alabama or going to Oklahoma or any of these places that he's going to coming up, because I'm telling you, it'll be the best investment you ever made. I mean, all of the stuff that I did with all the doctors and all the counseling for 25 years, and it only took 3-4 minutes of a phone call with him to like get my belief system back and to remember who I am. And then all of a sudden everything shifted, whether it was my health, my divine partner, my family, our finances, book deals, 2 book deals now, working on some projects, like anything that's in your heart to do. When you get these tools, if you've been feeling like, oh my gosh, I know I'm supposed to do something better. I know there's something better out there for me. I know whatever, you see yourself, but you just see the goal and you don't know how to get there. If you're like stuck in that A to B in between, this is the kind of stuff I'm telling you, these tools, what he teaches, get his conscious language book, get his package, go to the things, order his CDs, get his DVDs, because there's no one out there teaching anything like this that I know. I mean, I don't know where I would be I probably wouldn't be on the planet right now, to be honest. And I definitely wouldn't be with the love of my life, who, I mean, oh my God, that story. So my kids get to be with me, and I get to do this and hang out with my friends and see all you guys and hang out with Bob and see your faces and smile and hug you when I see you. And like, that is because I got to wake up, and it's so fun to be awake. I'm so freaking woke, and my energy is here, and my creativity to do cool things is here. And we get to change the freaking planet, like literally change the planet. Just a handful of you. There's like, what, 70 something people on this call or whatever. And who knows, if you just applied these simple things, God, Lee, what could we do? We could do anything. We could do anything.
I'm going to add that we're going to, I haven't toured in a little while, actually about a year and something, little teeny ones. So we have I'm so lit up about my tour team. I mean, just, oh, wow, so completely my highest choice, I'll put it that way. And so, right after Oklahoma, we have time in there. So if anybody's kind of near Oklahoma or the rest of the year, connect with us and gather 20, 30 people, get them prepared. They can start studying, watch DVDs. We'll come and create an experience where alignment happens. That's what this is all about. Remember, we came to your neck of the woods, and it was just, hi, good little talk in the evening on the way through, and then a whole bunch more, all for you. We did that, and then some 1 days, and life changes. I mean, it's where it's at. Yes. It's what it's about. So, and I'm grateful for our partnership with you and Marcella Von Harding and all my champions. I mean, you guys are my champions, and I'm a technician now of here's the resurrection tool, and I got a whole bunch of them. I really believe that. Only now it's like keep working the tool until everybody gets masterful. You're masterful. Who's next? All right, do you're masterful. Who's next? And pretty soon there's a leader in each community, whether it's physical community and or global community through internet. And it's time to raise people up. It's time. In other words, anything less than our highest choice contains within it self-sabotage. And if we knew who we were, we would not pick anything other than our highest choice. So, and some people, I don't know my highest choice. So I usually get my phone and go, well, who would know? Who can I call? And they'll go, me. I have people give me their phone number. That's not the point. The point is we know. Our heart knows. And what I love is look at the miracles you're producing now. How cool. That's the story of my life, is somebody does the work, and right then and there, the signal, the instantaneous manifestation. Instantaneous manifestation. So everybody, it's time to thrive. Absolutely time to thrive. Please, please, please give yourselves permission to go, I'm the one, and build a group. Why? Because you master it yourself. One of the fastest ways to master it is to teach it, share it. And, we'll come to your neck of the woods and prime the pump, get the water coming out of the spigot, so to speak, and get it working. And then, you can do every level of certification, most of it on our online university, which is launching right now. Just got fiber optics in here, so we have a real upload speed versus 1 megabyte with 6 DSLs. The maximum in the past we could do is 1 megabyte up. Now we can
Wow.
do 50. Oh, well, how cool is that? We had to run fiber optic, but we're cool
Yeah,
now. Just
cool.
ask us.
Well, and the last thing I'm going to say is it is great to get all of his DVDs because, or CDs or any materials that he has. And I will also tell you that the experience heightens and is more way electric if you can be there live, for sure. Because there's something about the synergy of groups that as somebody gets something, somebody else gets something, and everyone is like upgrading together and remembering together. And there may be things that usually whenever I've done any of my mentorships, it's interesting. Like we'll have like 20 or 30 people and I'll start doing the coaching calls and everyone there is going through the same theme. Like we all collected to each other because of our same issues cancel. And what do you call that? Cheerio magnetization or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cheerio magnetization. When the last
Yeah.
few Cheerios
Yeah.
stick together
And
for
that's how my
survival.
groups
Yep.
have been. And that's how these groups are. When we go and we hang out together, it's funny, like someone will start talking, I'm like, me too. And someone else is like, me too. You are handpicked. So if you get a yes in your heart, there are links below here to find out more information on how to get to Fairhope, Alabama, or how to get to Oklahoma, or those times that are open in between that maybe you want to lock arms with us and get us there. We can do that too. So check those things out. Go to his website too and check out all his great materials. And if this isn't the time, another time is. But just stand by and keep us posted. And we do hope to see you live somewhere very soon. Do you have any final words for us, Rob?
Cool. Just jump in and start decreeing what you choose and
Yes.
have fun. And love is the only thing that makes us magnetic to good. So just anything in your world right now you don't love, go love it. Just sit down
Yes,
and watch the
sir.
miracles
Thank you
happen.
for your time today. Have a beautiful Friday. And thank you, Robert, for being with us. I know you're a busy
Yes,
guy.
thank you,
So,
dear.
all you guys have a great weekend. Stay tuned for the giveaway, too. Do all the things for the giveaway. I'll be excited to send those out. We'll do the drawing in 2 days. So, you got a little time to share, to tag, to get the word out so other people can hear this great message and hopefully vibe up and get into their truth and their new miracle. All right. Talk to you guys soon. All right. Love you. All right.
Love
Bye bye.
you. Thank you.